All right, we're back again with another episode of Roofers Reflections. I'm really excited to have Jana here. Jana, thanks for taking time out of your busy day to join us.
Yes, no problem. Thank you for having me.
When did you start being involved in the roofing industry?
I started in 97. I worked for a small independent roofing distributor called Wood Feathers in Beaverton, Oregon, but it's a suburb of Portland, Oregon. The lumberyard was in a small town called McMinnville, and it's, you know, 20,000 people, if that. And so then I that's my first step in getting into the roofing industry. I didn't really exactly plan on going into it. I think, like a lot of us, we just fell into it and we just never left.
And you've since worked on the distributor side a bit more than even the material side.
Yeah, so actually I was in distribution for about 6 years. I was in worked for Wood Feathers and then went to work for ABC Supply. So that was a little bit of a difference going to a national. And I'll tell you the reason why I went over to the national is that they had wanted to hire me. And I felt like the small independent distributor at the time was just hitting the ceiling there. There's nowhere really to go. So I went for the national and I started in sales and did outside sales, worked in what ABC had was a tool van. So I did outside sales for the tool van. I made 18,000 a year and was commissioned. So I was hustling. At the time, I had two small children and I was single. And so I just started hustling and selling tools like crazy. So I got to know a lot of roofing contractors, siding contractors in the Portland metropolitan area. That's what really opened the door to manufacturing.
What did you learn along the way?
Really hustling is just exactly what it sounds like. You just start going through at the time those yellow pages and going through word of mouth as well, and just calling up the contractors and finding out what their needs are if they're interested in tools, and let them know I'm out there. I would go to job sites, and it was word of mouth was a lot of it. And every day, I didn't make money unless I sold a tool. So I made it worth my while to make sure I went after the people that could purchase tools.
How did you get pulled into the material side?
At the time when I was working at ABC Supply, there was a particular manager that was taking over, and did not see eye to eye that person. The manager that was in place before that had hired me moved down south and was becoming a regional manager for ABC Supply. So I decided to part ways. GAF was interviewing at the time. It had 10 candidates. I was one of the candidates. So I started interviewing with them, and one of the things I found that was pretty telling is that they would ask all the other interviewers who else they would recommend to interview, and a lot of them said it was me. So I found out about this, during the interview, after they had hired me, what people had been saying, and going into manufacturing from distribution was, quite a bit different, especially in Oregon, because there isn't a plant here. There isn't a GAF plant here. So my manager was out of Denver, Colorado, and I think I was in place for about 6 months before my manager had flown in to ride along with me. GAF is a very corporate company, and very East Coast. So it's more of a sink or swim type of situation, which is, I thrived in that. Just figured it out and was able to manage myself. It's really about managing your own time, kind of like running your own business. So it all leads up to what happens, now forward. I'm a contractor. So it's that experience that I'm really grateful for.
What's kept you in the roofing industry all these years?
Well, the people. I like working with the people I have around us, and I was listening to the interviews, the prior interviews, and someone had mentioned that we may not be we're the same person, but we may be working for a different company. So I like to call that recycled. A lot of us got recycled. We get recycled. We work for, maybe a manufacturer, or we work for a distributor, but we're still in the roofing industry. There's a lot of really good people that just stay in. And, I mention it to employees, especially if if they've never been in the roofing industry, someone has green, and I tell them, you'll get sucked in, and then you'll be a lifer. You're going to be a lifer in the roofing industry, because that's the one thing, is there's a lot of opportunity, and people don't realize the opportunity in roofing. They look at other trades like electricians and plumbers that have more of a journeyman type structure. Roofing doesn't have that, and there's still so much more opportunity that roofing has and can give to people that want to make it a career.